Oh, the hair is real. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Hello and welcome back. So we had to take a little bit of a break on the RAS. We had a couple of you had to get done and taken care of here for the gym. We were working on. So we are back. We had a little hiatus. Be bringing the RAS back here consistently for as far as we can see. So today, Keegan is back to show you guys how to move through the workout as usual. We're going to take you through level 1, it'll be 30-second sets. Then we're going to take a little break, and we're going to go through level 2 at 45-second sets. So we're going to take you through the exercises. I will explain them as Keegan produces the movement for you. And as you get through the workout, guys, go through 2, 3, 4 times. Completely up to you how many times you go through it, and make sure that you are pausing, rewinding as needed to get the right instruction. So we are going to start today with a step stool, a box, whatever you have you can actually stand on, step on, and get a little bit of weight onto. A step stool works great. If you only have like a laddered step stool, that is perfectly fine as well. This will work. We'll just have to modify a little bit. So we are going to start with basic step ups. So we're going to transition this. I'm going to start her on one exercise, and then we're going to move right into the second exercise today. So it's going to have a little different flow to the feeling of the movement, but it should work out really well. So she's going to start with a basic step up. She's going to get that whole foot up on the box. What we don't want is we don't want just half of the foot up there. So if you just get the toe up on the box, all we're going to be doing is working on basically the quad and pressing out of the top front side of the quad. If you get that whole foot up and drive out of the whole foot, heel, toe, everything, you're going to work that entire leg in the upper side quad, a little bit of hamstring, a little bit of glutes, and a little bit of calves as well. All right, Keegan, we're going to start with step ups, 30 seconds in 2, 1. Good, steady pace, guys. If you want to alternate, you can alternate. If you want to keep one foot up, you can keep one foot up. It is completely up to you how you work through the time on this. But just make sure you're getting a good, steady step halfway in 2, 1. Go ahead, switch sides. Drive that knee up for balance inside. Squeeze that core. At the very top, you want to pause for just a small 1 count. Make sure you lock that core in, maintain balance, and then slowly guide that foot back down. We're going to go ahead and go right into a step up and over. So she's going to turn sideways, and she's going to shift body weight all the way up, all the way down, more of a side step, working outer thighs, inner thighs, all the way through as well. Again, this whole thing on here, when she's getting that foot up, she's getting that whole foot up flat, driving through toes and heels at the same time, keeping shoulder, chest tall, core's nice and tight. Good, steady movement, side to side, taking a break in 2, 1. Good first set. All right, second set, we're going to slow things down just a little bit, go into some core and trunk movement. So we're going to go into a hip bridge followed by hip thruster. So the first one, the hip bridge, is just going to be a static hold. And we're going to go with a couple of things here. So she's going to get that back layer just on the box. So what we want to do, I'm going to get kind of close here, but she's going to get the shoulder blades set onto the bag, or onto the box. And then she's going to drop the hips in the trunk, right? So the chest is staying up towards the ceiling. She's letting the spine drop, and she's dropping the hips down into that little crouch, and then driving all the way up through the heels. Now she's holding steady in there for that 30 seconds. Now, from here, once you're in this position, level 1, we don't want to go too crazy and make this too complicated, but you can do some little mini pulses. Drop those hips about 2 to 3 inches, and then drive them right back up and squeeze. Drop about 2, 3 inches, drive and squeeze. You can also go up into the top portion and hold. Now you can shift your weight and try to pick up 1 foot at a time, nice and slow, squeezing those glutes and switching and marching those feet out, while driving through that heel, keeping that leg underneath. Now, we're going to go right into hip thruster. So she's going to set those feet in a good, comfortable hip width position. She's going to drop the hips down, keep the back and chest up, and drive the hips back through the ceiling. Good, steady drop, and drive through the heels on this. Toes stay down, but you want to push through those heels. Good, strong squeeze through the glutes. Last 2, 1, and time. Okay, the next one, we're going to work on the inner outer thigh a little bit, as well as some glute. So we're going to get into a side position. This time we're not going to travel over the top of the box. We're going to keep 1 foot up, going to set it on top of the box, and it's going to stay there. So that foot is not going to come down off the top of that box. Now we're going to drive all the way up. Stand up. Good. Staying in that little bit of low crouch position. She's going to put that foot back down. Drive out to the outside and catch back together, letting those feet touch. 2, 1. Good. She's not shifting across here. She's staying more static, keeping tension in that down leg, or the up leg, sorry, the leg that is on top of the box. She's not standing up through. She's going to switch sides in 2, 1. So she's going to shift body weight here. So she's not standing all the way up through the knees and through the glutes here. Basically, it's keeping that contraction through the entire piece of the movement and not allowing her to really relax here. Nice job. We're going to go just a little bit longer. And time. Good work. Only did about 45 seconds on that one. I took a little bit of different time on that. Didn't make her do full 30 seconds on each side here. Okay, so one last one we're going to do for level 1 is we're going to do a variation of a push-up. So if you are not confident getting all the way down to the floor and back up for your push-ups yet, guys, you can use your step stool. So you may have to go a little bit narrower grip, which is more of a military push-up. Work those triceps. Now she's going to get back into a good plank position with hands on top of the box. Elbows are going to come back and in and drive out of the palms. Shoulder blades stay back and connected. What you're not seeing at the very top is she's not pushing and extending all the way through. See how that back got really arched to the top of that push? She's not pushing through those shoulders and the scapula. So the shoulder blades are back and connected. What you want to act like, guys, is act like you've got a penny standing up between your shoulder blades. Of course, stays tight. We don't let those hips drop out at the bottom and overextend at the top. So she's in a good straight line from her ankles to her hips to her shoulders all the way through. The second move we're going to do here, I'm going to keep talking, is she's going to walk slightly back to a floor plank, and she's going to tap the top of the box. So it's going to alternate which hand is used. So you have to switch. You're going to step back to a plank, Keegan, in 2, 1. Keegan is advanced, so she's going to go ahead and step right back and go right into those plank taps. Yep. Nope, just taps. Just taps on this one. Walk-up's level 2. Good. So all she's going to do is she's going to shift her weight between the 3 points of contact that are still down. Her 2 toes, 2 big toes, her feet, and then the 1 hand. So she's shifting that weight, and what you're noticing is she's not really throwing those hips side to side to get there. You can see those hips really holding. Now you can see her over accentuating those hips turning, but she's locking that belly button in, holding nice and steady in 2, 1, little break. Nice job, Kate. All right, little break. All right, guys, that is the one for the day. That is 8 minutes roughly in time. If you back through those and go through about 3 to 4 times, that's about a 20 to 30 minute workout. Plenty. All right, so we're going to move on and we're going to show a little more advanced version of a workout. So if you are maybe between a level 1 and a level 2, these are some of the things that you can start to mess around with a little bit and start to try. Maybe try a level 1 for a little bit and then back down, try a level 2. So first one we're going to start with is a curtsy lunge to a step up. So what she's going to do at first is step to the side. So go ahead and stand straddle right there. Yep. So she's going to step curtsy with her left foot. So you're going to see that left foot come back and down into frame here. Yeah, back and down to curtsy. See, and then she's going to bring that foot right back up, drive into the step up. Here we go in 2, 1. So that curtsy lunge is back at a 45. You don't want to come all the way out at 90, and we're not stepping straight back to a lunge. So you want to be able to get that foot back to the outside to get that outer glute to divot in and drive up. All right, let's go one more on this side, Keegs, and we're going to switch sides in 2, 1. Almost right into it. So close. Okay, we're going to take this just a few more reps, and then she's going to go right into box jumps. We've done box jumps on a few other pieces of equipment. We love some of that dynamic movement, so we're going to sit down. We're going to do some box jumps here in 2, 1, and switch. Good, nice soft landing on the toes. Squeeze the belly button right before those toes hit the box, and it will soften that landing just a little bit. You don't want that hard, super hard hit on the toes. You want to be nice and soft. Good, nice soft landing. Let's go 3 more jumps. Nice job. Okay. All right. Second set. Level 2. We're going to start on the floor on this one. So similar to the second set for level 1, we're doing some bridges and some thrusters, but we're going to change the angles. This time we're going to lower the body. You're going to put the feet up and elevate them. It's going to make it a little bit harder, a little more weight to move in the actual hip bridge. We're going to add a pulse. Now, we've used in the past, guys, if you have a stretchy band, you can throw this around your knees, just above your knees to the upper, lower part of the upper thigh, just above the knees here. Okay, now we can do these same movements. Now what she's going to do is she's going to push into abduction in the knees and push into tension, and she's going to hold in tension. First one we're going to do is going to be a hip bridge pulse. So she's going to push into the hip bridge. Now she's going to push those knees out in the abduction, and she's going to do some nice steady pulses in 2, 1. Yep. Good. You got all variations of pulses. You got pulses at the bottom, pulses in the middle, and that's it. Pulses at the top. You can do them anywhere. So change your cadence, guys. Mix it up a little bit. Go middle, go top, go bottom. Mix it all around in some of those variations. Each depth changes a little bit of muscle tissue. All right, we got about 10 more seconds here. And we're going to transition right into a single leg thruster. So she's going to stay in the same position, but she's going to pick one foot up off the bottom. And now she's going to drive up all the way down in that single leg. Driving through that hip, slowly lowering the glutes just above the floor. Once that back gets just above the floor, you're going to slow the speed and then drive right back through that heel. Get those hips back up off the ground. And switch sides in 2, 1. Good, steady pace again. You've got different speed, different variance, different cadence here, guys. You can mix them up. All right, last 2, 1. Got it. Okay, we got 2 more sets to go, guys. We are halfway through here. Okay, level 2. We are gonna go 45 seconds straight of the side steps. And that's the up and over. So we're gonna get a full up and over on this one. What I want you guys to do is I want you to mix the level 1 and the level 2. So we're gonna sit down into that little crouch. And as you step up and over, you're not gonna fully extend through the knees and the hips. You're gonna stay in that low crouch position. It's almost like a shuffle across. Good, soft toes, nice little shuffle, nice little hop. Drive off the outsides, pull on the insides. Careful. All right, 15 seconds. Oh, and the shoe's untied. Watch the equipment malfunctions here, people. And 2, 1, good work. Let's go ahead and get that shoe tied. Last thing we need is busted lip. And we have 1 more set to go. We're gonna do some shoulder push-ups and we're gonna do some bear planks. So, shoulder push-ups, we've got a couple of options. If you're a half badass, you can do them with your hand on the box. Feet on the ground, hand on the box, in a pike. Yep. Drop your head a little more in between your arms. There you go. Okay, now if you're a real badass, you're gonna put your feet up on the box, and you're gonna walk into a pike. You're gonna tuck the shirt in first, so we don't flash anybody. It's always a good thing out there in Facebook or YouTube land. All right, hips up, and here we go in 2, 1. Steady and controlled descent. Now, for those of you that may have had some struggle with shoulder push-ups, or I'm sorry, the handstand push-ups, this is a fantastic exercise to help with the process. Great progression here. Now, if you start to get smoked on the shoulders, You can still challenge yourself by walking out to a little bit more of a plank and finishing a push-ups. Now the push-ups is going to hit a little bit more of the upper chest and take pressure out of the actual delts a little bit. It's still in the front delts, still in the triceps, but it's going to put a little bit more in the chest. Good. Last one right here, Keith. And slow, steady walkout. Turn face. Good. See how she came up out of that nice and slow there, guys? When you are in that down position with your head below your hips, you really want to make sure that you come out of that very slowly. Please do not throw that head up above the waist in a quick fashion, because I promise you will start seeing stars, start seeing the little squiggly white worms. I get those a lot, and then you will pass out. So, okay, the next one, last exercise before we go to the finisher today is what's called a bear plank. So we're going to get down in bear position. That starts in tabletop, hands, knees. And all we're going to do is rise up onto the toes, bringing those knees about 2 to 3 inches off the ground. Now, a couple of options. Half badass. You can touch the top of the box. Full badass. We're going to walk up to the top, up, up, down, down, up, down, down. And make sure you switch which hands you're going up and down with. So each hand gets a little bit of the up, a little bit of the down. Now the killer with bear here, toes and the quads. A lot of hips, a lot of toes, a lot of core, but being on the toes like that and rising up and down is very much like a little bitty leg extension each time you do it. Nice job, Keith. You got 10 seconds left. How the squads feeling? A little burny, pumpy. And rest. Good work. All right. Nice job, Keegan. Made it through the workout. Now, we have, as usual, a little challenge for you guys. So we like to finish things off, what we call finishers. I know, real scientific. But these are a lot of fun. So we have 2 different finishers we're going to show you today. First finisher is a side push-up. So one hand goes on the corner of the box, or whatever you have. One hand goes on the ground. Now, the idea here is to push up, touch your hand to the hand that's on top of the box. Now walk over and do it on the other side. Yep. Push up. Don't forget your push up. Got to get your push up. Half badass, just walk. Full badass, got to do your push up. Touch that hand. Good. Walk them over. Touch that hand. Walk them over. Okay. Do this as long as you can. Half badass, maybe about 60 seconds. Full badass, you're going 3 minutes. I want to see how many people can do it. All right. Okay. That's challenge number 1. Finisher challenge number 2 is hip thrusters and hip abductions. If you don't have a band, that's okay. If you do, we prefer that you have one. So this is a 2 to 3 minute drill. And you have 2 exercises. You switch every 15 to 30 seconds. Start at 30 seconds, and then you go down to 15 as you get tired. But we're going to go back into the hip bridge. Yeah, we'll go feet under. No, let's go on the box. Okay, so we have hip bridges and hip abductions, which is at the top of a hip bridge. Now she's going to take those feet, plant them on the ground, and she's going to drive those knees as far wide as she can, squeezing through the hips. That's the abductions. The other ones are the thrusters all the way down. So with the band, she's going to push into the abduction, come all the way down, and drive all the way through. All right, 30 seconds each one. Your choice on the first. In 2, 1. Okay, so she's going hip thrusters first. So she's dropping those hips, keeping that chest up, shoulder blades on top of the box, dropping the hips and spine, and then driving back through the top, squeezing into the heels and through the glutes, all the way up and through. She's got 10 more seconds here, and then she's going to go right into the abductions. So she's going to push into that upper level hip bridge, and then drive those knees into the band in 2, 1, and stay up tall. Keep those hips up. Now, what you want to focus on here, guys, is as you're watching Keegan, she's not letting those hips drop. Hips stay in line with everything else. So knees, hips in that good straight line with the spine, squeezing through the glutes, and then driving through the outsides. And she's getting tired. She's got to hold on for dear life. Good, last 10 seconds. And time. All right, Keegan, great. Thanks for demoing. All right, guys, get out there, have a lot of fun, mix this up, add it into another version of a workout, do this one on its own. Drop us some comments, give us some feedback, guys. We really hope you're enjoying this stuff. We're having some fun doing it. We have a whole bunch more coming out this week, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a fabulous day.